us enough. It's a small family, you know us well. Nikki's favorite line, and teachers will vouch for this: we don't know what we don't know. Loud cheer for that. And I've had the privilege of being sandwiched between these two incredibly experienced and passionate individuals. I've learned so much from them, and I've learned there is a difference between ketchup and sauce. Nikki, they do not want to hear it, but can you share your passion for leading this as the founding principal?
So going back to what you just said about my favorite quote, we don't always know what we don't know. Now we know what we are capable of. This is the first annual event conducted, and Anna wasn't the only one who was kind of sharing a little bit tears there. I was as well.
So this is us. This is the Finland spirit we live every day. Like I said, we're small in numbers, but I believe, Shashank, we've hit 100 for the start in August already, as Vaishali tells me. Thank you. Shashank, do you know, there was a little girl who came up and said, I had one more thing to do, but it's not being scripted. May I? So we said, of course, this is us at FIS. Tashvi, can we have you on stage, please? So nobody knows this. This is a surprise. This is her desire to not let the show end.
I shall now recite the poem by D.N.Z. Shore. Another note for Mom. I sprang from bed and bumped my head and stubbed my little toe. Then jammed my fingers turning down the blaring radio. I rubbed my bumps and bruises as the weather lady said, today's the 1st of April, look for showers overhead. I trudged downstairs to breakfast where my bad luck tagged along. There, taped up to the microwave, another note for Mom. Good morning! Exclamation point. She always starts out nice. Now comes the part where I get fed her motherly advice. For breakfast, dear, just help yourself. There's pizza in the fridge. And as for soda, choose the Sprite. The Coke has lost its fizz. Is she for real? I asked myself, what's gotten into her? Whatever it is, I like it lots, so I continued on. Please wear your faded jeans to school, those low-cut ones with flair, and use my nose to do that sticky up thing in your hair. Is this a dream? I said out loud. I better read those lines through again. I'm only half awake. I scanned the lines not once but twice. Yes, jeans what it said, and I could swallow that advice, so I continued on. Pass? I couldn't have read that right. No way. But there it was, in black and white, as plain as night and day. Then it hit me, white and change. Mom hadn't lost the screw. My worry-free philosophy had finally gotten through. Her rules had changed from blame to lax. My mom was cool at last. These last few months of middle school were gonna be a blast. I quickly read the last few lines. Enjoy your day at school and don't believe what you just read or you are an April Fool's. Typical mom.
I hope you got the pun intended. She said it's April. We've got to do this April school thing. So thank you, Tashvi. I had a conversation with you in December 2023 when you sat me down and you explained to me why you picked Finland International School as the only choice of a child who was barely walking. Please tell us more.
Yes, so I think so Nirved was around 13, 14 months old, and that time I just met Nikki and Tanya, and we had maybe 30 minutes of conversation, and it just convinced me. And I think so because the Finnish approach is very student-centric, and we thought that would be the best way to go around, and they will focus on the good skill set which is needed for the future. So, and I took a leap of faith with you guys.
Oh, sorry, I have to ask the question. Shashank, Nikki, may I ask it? Did we do okay?
Yes.
You saw his little one as the most beautiful bee with his mum, and she was worried that he would jump in his arms. But I think safe to say that he was quite happy to be on stage, go round and round today.
He was very happy, and when he was sitting there, he wanted to come back to this.
Yay! This is what we want to hear. Thank you. Skills are important. Tahir, I think I was in your seat about 5 years ago, and I was pretty concerned. Skills is all good, life skills, integrity, empathy, compassion, teamwork, communication. Hussein was very eloquent this morning. But Tahir, as someone who heads a fund, isn't then it all about marks? Isn't it then about performance? Isn't then competition going to determine? What's your thought, and what are your thoughts on how Hussein has transitioned actually from another international school to our international school? Sorry, multiple questions in that one question.
Yeah, I think it's important to have some important life skills which go beyond the technicals. You can equip your children with certain skill sets which basically, of course, make you enabled to function in life. But I think at the same time, it is important to have those softer skills. You need to be independent. You need to be able to probably open up your mind to various possibilities. And I think if for children, if it can be cultivated at their earliest possible, that will probably go a long way in entrenching those attributes within them for a later stage in life. And we all know it's beyond a particular point. It is not only about those basic capabilities that allow you to function in life. There are several other things. The world is changing, as we all know. And when I looked at Finland and when we were exploring the opportunities for Hussein, we never thought, at least I never thought about the next 2 or 3 years. When we come from the investing world and we're looking at things, we're looking at 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, and the world is changing at a pace which will be probably unrecognizable for all of us. So is there an institution which can probably help in building those capabilities which just go beyond technical skill sets and prepare ourselves for the new world? So I'm placing faith in FIS, and of course up until now we have been very happy and satisfied with the way things have turned out to be able to kind of build those capabilities for all these students who are here.
Thank you. I've never seen him in this role because he's been in one of India's top residential schools. He came to Mumbai for a reason. He brought you here for a reason. Walk us through so that the other community members know what was your decision why Finland International School.
To answer that, I'll have to have a little background as to what Arav had. I'm a proud mother of 2 boys, and both of them have been in a boarding school since the age of 9. So the younger one, that's Arav, followed his elder brother saying, I do want to go to a boarding school and not be around in Mumbai. So he was there, and as usual, I had my focus on my older one. And after he graduated and he went abroad for his further journey, our focus came on Arav. And after the focus came off Arav, he was something like, he said, Mama, till that given point, he used to just come here for vacations in his 1-month vacation that he had, and he used to be playing the sport cricket just for an activity purpose or something like that. In the past few years, he came up and he said, Mama, I really want to do something, I want to pursue cricket as my passion. And me and my husband were in a total trauma as to what is this now, because we are...
I love the word trauma.
No, because we actually look at things like academics being the major concern, being an IB student from day one. Both my children they've been following the EYP, PYP, MYP, as all of you know.
I love it. Parents get so confused with all the acronyms we create.
So getting him to Mumbai was a big concern, looking at the admission process, and I certainly didn't want to shift him from the IB curriculum. So I started looking for schools, and as you all know, there are very few schools who follow the NYP procedure, the process in Mumbai. And that's when I definitely went across and I found Finland International School on the Google, and I went and met them. But to my bad luck, at that given point, they weren't running in admissions for grade 9, for which I was looking at, because my son is currently in grade 8. So I was totally confused. I thought maybe I don't have to, take this chance of getting him to Mumbai again. I spoke to my sister Jessica Karani, who's been my guide.
Jessica, wave out. You're my partner at Leaping Feet.
Yeah, so she basically has been guiding me throughout as far as my children are concerned. And she just said, I gave her a feedback saying that Finland is not taking in admissions for grade 8 is what I heard when I went to them. So she said, I would recommend you go and meet Ms. Fatima. And I'm sure you'll get some kind of guidance from her once you meet her.
Child program. They crochet flowers, which will stay as long as Finland International School does. Here you go. The white ones for the men, the purple for the lady. We think it through.
All are enjoyed it. One question for you. The theme of the event was unique and heartfelt. What inspired the narrative and how did students contribute to its creation?
Thank you so much. It is our first. It's called Ilu Utsav because it combines Ilu, which means joy in the Finnish language, and Utsav, we all know in India, it means a festival. So Festival of Joy is what we wanted to get out there, because that's what we do every day at Finland International School. How did the kids contribute? The kids researched about Onni the bear, who's their bear. By the way, they've actually told us now Onni has to have a sister, because it can't only be a male bear, it has to be a sister as well. So part 2 is going to be that. They've created a story, they researched, they wanted to combine the best of India and the best of Finland in this Indian Finnish folklore, helped by our extremely talented teachers who then scripted it. All our songs were original, created by them, performed by them, music added to them. So it was only the children and the teachers who really stole the show today.
So what was the process like for involving students across all age groups in music, dance and drama?
For us at Finland International School, we create all-rounders. We create children that also learn to handle different age groups. The little ones learn from the 9th graders. The 9th graders learn how to interact with the 5-year-olds as well. Very important, because in real world this happens. You're not only in your peer group, so peer learning and engagement is very important. For that it has to be, through music, through dance, through drama. And who tells you that math, English, science were not taught there? By the way, you saw the Northern Lights. It's a chapter in geography. You saw the angles at which the children were standing. There's math for you. The languages they spoke were not only English, so multi-cultural and linguistic. I don't have to explain. If you create a platform for children to want to express themselves, learning happens. And that's what you saw today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
See a very sweet moment where you shed a tear for all your hard work behind it. So I'll ask you, the theme of the event was unique and heartfelt. What inspired the narrative and how did students contribute?
So the whole idea of our school starts that as much as possible is done by the students, and then the teachers are kind of taken away from leading everything. So even when creating in 3 weeks' time an annual event, it was our first, because this is our first academic year. Students were kind of invited to create a story. There was a script combining both Finnish folklore and Indian folklore and kind of an international folklore. Then our teachers composed some music to it, and then there were different languages in the story, and kind of giving good portions and kind of a bearable portions of task for each students. And then when there's a goal for even the youngest of them, that hey, you have this task in a show, they rise up to that, and then they kind of want more. And the inspiration comes from there. Not pushing too much by teachers or adults, hey, do this, do that. And then kids kind of get into it.
Definitely did. We were very happy to see that. I'm done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So today was a fantastic day. We had our first annual event, multicultural, councils being here, and a lot of, lovely children, and they performed fantastically. Happy parents, and I think this is a very new beginning that we've done, and I think this happiness or this multicultural tie-up which we have with Finland is progressing fantastically well, and I think it's just going beyond the thought process and vision that I had.
Shashank, I have a question for you. First of all, congratulations. How has the Finnish pedagogy been adapted to suit the Indian context?
So we did an 8 years research. We ran multiple pilots in various cities in India, and we did a very nice cultural gap building in between in terms of bridging. So truly talking, we created a new culture that is called Findian, Finnish and Indian, where our lovely festivals of India are coming into being a thought process, and the pedagogy of Finland is clearly matching into it with the thought process.
Thank you so much.